Hello guys, it's Sandra from Inspired Keys, and in today's video I am going to give a critique of Adam, who is an Inspired Keys Academy member, and Adam shared a recording of him playing Robin Marks When It's All Been Said and Done. And Inspired Keys Academy members can improve their worship keys playing by sharing their video recordings or even just audio recordings of their playing. So if you would also like to get a critique of your playing and improve very quickly that way, do check out the Inspired Keys Academy at inspiredkeys.com/join. And I do have a $1 trial at the moment where just for $1 you get to try the Inspired Keys Academy for 2 weeks. And that's a really awesome limited time offer. So do be sure to jump on board during this time while this is running, and you just need to use the discount code $trial for both the annual or monthly subscription plans inside the Inspired Keys Academy to get started. So Adam shared the recording on the Facebook group that we have for Inspired Keys Academy members, and I am about to play a little bit of his playing for us before I start critiquing it. I do want to let you know that instead of just watching this view of me right now, if you want to see exactly what I play, because I've got my keyboard set up and everything is going to be recorded through my software showing exactly what notes I play, and those notes are even notated on music staves like treble and bass clef, so you can see exactly how I play. And if this is going to help you, then you will want to access that specific view video, which is inside the Inspired Key Academy members area as well. So let's get started. I'm just going to play a little bit of Adam's playing. Okay, great. Now I realized, because I was watching this video a little bit earlier, and I did realize that Adam played pretty much this same way for the entire video, which was just about let's say three minutes. Yep. So I will begin my feedback at this moment, and I've got my software all set up. So yes, so you can hear and also see what I play on the screen. So what I would like to share is, because it was played with that same style the whole time, and this is a bit of a song like a hymn, because it's got sort of chorus or maybe a verse and chorus, but that's very, very similar in style. So the song kind of sounds quite the same throughout the song. There's no very distinct like verse, chorus, bridge section. It's kind of verse, chorus, with very, very similar chord progressions. The phrase lengths are a little bit different, and some chords, transition chords in between are a little bit different, but otherwise most of it does sound the same. And when I approach a song like this, I think of it as like a hymn. So there's the first verse, second verse, third verse, and fourth verse. And I do want to approach it very carefully, because when you do have the same tune over and over again, it can start sounding very monotonous. So stay tuned, because I do have a series on contrast videos, or actually at the time that you watch this video, you might already have seen that this video series came out on contrast. So contrast is extremely important, because the way you play, if it's the same throughout, it's just going to sound very boring quickly. But if you play differently every time, it introduces freshness. But we're not talking about drastic difference. In fact, usually it's like a progression of starting a little bit lighter, getting a little bit heavier, and then sort of when you know this, like when you're going to play the very last time, and it's all very anthemic and emphatic, and then you want to give it your all at the last bit. So usually the graph of a song kind of just goes upwards like that. So in view of what I've said, Adam, what I will do is I'm going to start the song a little bit lighter. So do remember that the piano is like a percussion instrument. So when we play in a style like So every single time we depress a piano key at any time, it is kind of like ta 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 ta, right? So really, it's really the hammer hitting the string. And it's all very percussive. And I personally find that very heavy. I will use whatever you play as probably one of the last few times that I hear the song. But at the beginning of the song, I'll keep things a whole lot lighter. So the episode to watch for the contrast series will be the one on accompaniment patterns or the one on intensity or rhythmic intensity. Because da 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 is, in my opinion, really, really intense. And you want something a little bit lighter. So you do want like less chords to just sustain the whole entire bar. And so there's less movement. Okay. So I will probably, if this was the beginning of the song, and if I were to play an intro, I'll probably play it like. So something like that. I'll be very, very honest. I don't actually know this song. I was learning it as I was watching Adam's video, but it kind of sounds like this kind of chord progression, right? And instead of just playing like a purely correct version for you, I do want you to catch what it is I'm trying to say here. What I'm doing as I play the song is I'm trying to tell myself, keep it light, play as little as possible. And in fact, perhaps we could strip it down even more. We could even just do just the bare chords. Just the tiniest little bit of punctuation somewhere. Right? So that's like, I'm telling myself, do very little, like as little time that as possible where your fingers actually play notes. That's what I'm telling myself. And then as the song unfolds, I'm going to allow myself to do a little bit more and a little bit more, a little bit more until I play your version, which is. Yeah, that was pretty much how you were playing, I think. And so I would reserve that to one of the last bits. So not only is it about contrast, I also think that something that can be better, that will make your playing sound better, will be voicings. So do watch inspiredkeys.com/awesome, because that links to 2 videos I did recently about awesome chord voicings that you can use in order to start sounding quite suitable for contemporary worship pop songs, kind of like pop song feel. So I think Adam used a couple of chords that are pretty clean, like pure classical sound. So right? So all these are really, really pure chords, and they're not wrong, but they do sound very classical, and it's just a little bit less exciting. So if I were you, I will phrase some things a little bit differently. So like chord 4, I will go with that open sound at the top with the 1 and a 5. And then for chord 5, it's as I taught in that previous video, it has the 4/3 suspension. So go watch that if you haven't already. And then for chord 6, it's 6 minor and 6 minor 7. And E minor 7, which is 3 minor 7. So I did a little bit of a passing chord there. And so suspension. Another suspension. So that's like a. the 2-3 lick thing. So if you want to catch a little bit of these licks that I do, watch the other video, inspiredkeys.com/riffs licks, and you will also get to see 2 videos on those tips that are very important and foundational stuff, in my opinion. And I also want to share about, there's this thing that you do, because Adam did tell me personally that he wants to know how to infuse arpeggios. And so in his playing, I did hear a... Okay, so if you were to just look at my screen, if you could access the specific view video, it's very, very close to notes. We're talking about the arpeggio of an E minor chord. Okay, now that at the low register, like played sustained, and regardless of what else you do on top, whether it's or, right? Regardless, as long as it's at such a low register with such close to voicings, it's just going to sound really muddy. And so I do not recommend playing arpeggios that low. Arpeggios are mainly made out of third and fourth intervals. So like, that's a third, so third, a third on another third, with a fourth on top. So these are all really close voicings. And the lower you go, the bigger the voicings should be. So they should be something like a fifth apart or an octave apart. So if I were to go anywhere below the C, below middle C really, I would probably just keep it really open. Maybe a fifth. I think the fifth might sound a little bit like pushing it. I don't even really like the sound. I probably just keep it at an octave apart. So yeah, I would recommend not using arpeggios that low. If you must use an arpeggio, you could try something on the higher registers, something like... But because I feel like this is a really clear and like pure kind of chord, I would probably play it like... But to be very honest, I feel like sometimes arpeggios are not necessary in like worship contemporary style music. It's sometimes a little bit extra, unless I am doing something like, which I do find that sounds pretty good sometimes, but I won't like think about, I want to put that in a song. I'll only put it in if I feel it's necessary, which is probably just a very few number of songs. And it depends on the style. Are we building up? Are we toned down? So with that said, I just want to see if I can have a go at just jamming through the song based on what I remember of the chords. It's probably not the entirely pure correct set of chords, but do watch how I'm going to build up, and I'll see if I can try and do 3 versions. So the first version, really light. Something like that. Okay, now the second version, I would probably tone up a bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna try and bring it up to maybe one of the heavier moments. Something like that. So I really hope that this was helpful. Adam, if you're watching this, I'd love to hear what comments you have based on this critique video. And for the rest of you, if you're interested to receive some critique or feedback on your own playing so that you can get to your next levels, then do join the Inspired Keys Academy, and you can do that at inspiredkeys.com/join. Don't forget the limited time offer of a $1 trial. For just $1, you get to join the Inspired Keys Academy for 2 weeks to see what it's like inside. And to do that, you just have to head over to inspiredkeys.com/join and use the discount code $trial. So thanks very much for watching this video, and do